Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Fantom. Fantom doing quite well today after Bitcoin has started to move up a little bit, but what we see from Bitcoin is nothing convincing for me at the moment. Also, what most altcoins do is not too convincing. Also, what Fantom does is not too convincing. Yes, of course, it's moving up a little bit, but it's all sort of not unexpected. You know, we were oversold yesterday, as I said before, and when you get oversold, I mean, the Fantom lost a lot in the last few days. So, you know, if there is some sort of a retracement or correction of the downward move expected, nothing goes down in a straight line. And that was already quite a long straight line that we saw here on the Fantom chart. If you remember correctly, we moved up here. I gave you my target area for this area where we would see a lot of ups and downs, or at least a reversal of the Fantom chart with a high probability. That is also where I took profits. I had a lot of sell orders triggered, with the highest one I think at 339. That was pretty much the top. And again, if you want to see my buy and sell orders, feel free to join the channel membership. Then you can get access to all sorts of additional content. Now, as expected, pretty much we then moved down here. It didn't reverse exactly in the target area, but you can see how the price reacted to the boundaries of this target area very, very strongly. There was a bit of a fake out here, but we accounted for that, or I accounted for that. That's why I did set one sell order a little bit higher here. And yeah, since then we moved down as expected below that order again, below the target area again. And this way I started to dollar cost average in again around $2, pretty much at the low. Not quite, you know, the low was at I think 76 yesterday, but still I'm quite pleased. We're now already in profit. But would I sell now? Personally not. I think I'm more interested in dollar cost averaging in and then taking the larger waves. I think a Fantom overall, even a current price, is still very attractive in the long term for Fantom. I'm not necessarily interested in buying in here. Selling up here would be not profitable enough for me, because you know, I could do, because what I expect is that the price goes down further, but in the end you never know. So even here I'm not interested in this, you know, just generally what you have on the stock market or the crypto market every day. It's just a fighting between bulls and bears, and yeah, it also can be stressful. So I don't want to be involved in the day-to-day stuff here, at least not at the moment. I'm more interested, as I said, in the larger wave. So basically buying down here at the low of that wave A, and taking profits along the way here in this target area, which is what I did. Now starting to buy in again, but I would expect the price to land somewhere here in this area between 55 cents and $1.10. But again, nothing is for sure in this world. Therefore, I start to dollar cost average in at around $2. And I've got further buy orders placed lower, which I would then take profits again in the next major wave up. That's how we try to do it, and it's worked so far really well. Now, is this already a sustainable move up? Now, at least not what we can see here now. You can see that the price bounced off from that target area. So basically, the price couldn't get into the target area again. Sign of weakness. Also, we've got an ascending trend line here. We had here a bit of a, and I did mention in the previous video as well, on top of the target area where I expected the price to turn around, which was all based on the Elliott wave count and Fibonacci retracement levels. Yeah, and I did explain that in previous videos. We had here this broadening ascending wedge. I don't normally deal with patterns too much because they can often be fake outs, but in this case, if we see something larger, I of course mention it. So broadening ascending wedge, which is generally a bearish pattern, and you can just see it here, and it makes sense if you think about what is the price doing. The price here, the bias pushed higher but could barely make a higher high. Yeah, so the weakness of the buyers, but the sellers are pushing the price here very, very low, always from the top, a very strong retracement, and you had another one and a very strong retracement, which then indicated that we could see here a retrace or a strong correction, which we saw in the end. So that's what we're seeing here in my view at the moment. We also can't get above this ascending trend line at the moment, so you could not get a 4-hour candle close above this line. We have a strong retracement. You can see there was a long wick to the upside. We're in a downtrend overall, don't forget. Depending on which time frame you're looking at, overall I would call this a downtrend. You know, we've made a lower low, and the price can't push above the previous low, really. Yeah, not above this zone here, not above that low at least. And it tried to, was pushed back, couldn't push above that trend line, couldn't push back above that fib level that defined here this box. So I would expect fairly soon another sell-off. Yes, of course it could go higher. Maybe even we try another, try to reach the $3 again. You know, it's all possible depending on what Bitcoin is doing now. And I'm surprised that Bitcoin didn't push up higher yet. I think, to be fair, it also depends on tomorrow's stock market, how that's gonna go tomorrow. Overall, I think that downtrend isn't over yet. I think Fantom, after its move up, which was here a wave B, needs to do a wave C correction, which would come down below the wave A, which would still be my expectation that we're coming into the region between 55 cents and $1.10, which is all based, as I said before, on Fibonacci levels. And to do that, we take the low here from the beginning of that wave all the way to the top of the wave 5, and there we can see where would need to do that a bit more accurately now, the low down here, and then we can see that the where actually the target area starts, that actually starts at the 0.887 fib level. That's also the level that Cardano reached already, depending on which wave count you're looking at for Cardano. It actually goes to the next fib level, the 0.786 at 87 cents. But I started the target area here just below the wave A because of Fantom's strength so far. I think it could be that Fantom just comes down to the low of the wave A, which was here around $1.15. Overall, here also on the higher time frames, the 4-day chart, for example, we can actually see that the price is about to do a bearish cross here on the MACD. We haven't even seen that yet. And it's currently finding support here at the 50 line, but it might go through. Looking at the descending move here, the descending power buying pressure on the 4-day MACD shows me that we could expect lower prices here. That it's just about to turn around. And on the 2-day chart, we've already seen that crossover, and it's looking that like on the 2-day chart, it's just retesting that 50 line from below. So also that is not a sign of strength of a chart. And as I said, nothing goes down in a straight line. So you expect, if it goes down very much, you expect a stronger retracement to the upside. But in my view, that's totally normal. It's nothing that I would now be certain that we're building here a new impulse to the upside. Don't think we will. But even if we do, I started the dollar cost average in. So it's basically a win-win both sides. And that's, I think, how it's possible to build wealth. All right, hopefully you liked the update about Fantom. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.